Welcome to the Beyond Cinema and AFCI Pavilion here at Cannes. Darko Basevski, the head of Macedonia Film Fund. Tell me, what's your favourite film that's been shot partly or entirely in Macedonia?
One of the biggest film and first foreign film, first American film in Macedonia was Peacemaker, directed by Mimi Leder.
What was the job you had before this job? Like, what was the trigger for you to enter into the Macedonian Film Fund? Were you always interested in film, or was it more?
It started in preschool when I started escaping from preschool to go to cinema screenings. I was a terrible kid. Later on, it was the same in high school and so on. Then I studied film school, being DOP. I started producing films, trying to find some budget to shoot anything. Then went a little bit in advertising, making some commercial films, corporate films, and in between we have a lot of political changes in former Yugoslavia, separation of the country, and from independence of Macedonia, we started to fight to establish film fund, film financing in Macedonia, and we succeed. And Macedonian Film Fund started to work in 2007 formally, but first financial support for films was in 2008.
Do you find primarily that your job is about helping Macedonian filmmakers make movies, or more about attracting international productions to Macedonia?
Initial strategy was to support equal number of Macedonian national films and international co-production with other countries. At the moment we have supported even two more in favor of minority co-production films, and we have experience with many different countries, with neighbor countries, but also with other countries like Czech Republic or Ireland. We have best experience in co-production with Irish film As If I'm Not There, which was best Irish film and Oscar candidate from Ireland for this year.
So what would you say would be the greatest impact your office has had with the production? Like either helping to get it made or to change something about it?
From the beginning we start to establish system of financing the films, following production of the film, and after that promotion of the films abroad, in film festivals, in distribution.
Is it hard to remain competitive with everybody offering so many different incentives? Or what have you had to do?
At the moment, Macedonia is very, very competitive with lowest prices, because Macedonia is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest country in Europe. We have very, very low salaries, very low prices for hotels, for catering, for food, and on the other hand, we have experienced crew who has experience. They had experience around regional films, and also during former Yugoslavia there were a lot of foreign film production, mainly in Croatia, near the sea, and also part of our filmmakers work also in American film productions in Bulgaria. So whole region is really connected. So we know each other. We covering parts of the crew from neighbor countries, because it sometimes happens that we have too many films to have not every possible part of department to cover just from one country.
So you've actually formed a formal alliance, though, right? And for marketing purposes and everything, the Southeast Eastern European film group So you've got neighbouring countries that have come together for marketing purposes as well.
In Cannes we have that common pavilion because first it's natural market for buying and for selling films. We were very well connected actually because it's a small region, a lot of small countries, we know each other, most of filmmakers know each other, they know who is most proper for what kind of film and so on. It helps. It's friendful and very, very open collaboration with all neighbor countries.
Yeah. Which is Cannes the most important market for you? Which actual market activity have you found has been the most important? Is it Berlin or is it Cannes?
We are focused mainly in Berlin and Cannes.
Yeah.
Both. Cannes is more focused on more commercial and more to say sales agents, distributors, and festivals. On Berlin, we are focused more to the festivals because it's the beginning of the year, so it's good to find space for our films.
Do you go and look at what Romania is doing and what Poland is doing and
yes,
and seeing
yes,
how they're attracting productions?
Yes, yeah, we've been traveling around. We have connections, especially past period with Romania. We are connected with Castle Film Studio, who actually do the great job in Romania. And the Castle is focused on American films, and they have great sound stages, studio, crews, a lot of employees, and actually it's our model to establish film studio and filmmaking in Macedonia. So Castle is that prototype of
It's based on their
what we like to have in Macedonia. No?
So if you could ask, the government to give you one thing, what would it be?
So we already negotiate with the government to give us a piece of land, about 30, 35, 50 hectares of land, to be open for investors to build studios, sound stages, and also to have a space to build film sets for feature films. And we are trying to find a model for investors to be able to share the land, film sets, and their sound stages.
So when that all gets back up and running, will you start making films again yourself?
Oh, I will be maybe lazy producer after the film fund because it's very hard job to establish from zero, from scratch, to establish whole system. And I think that at least for 1 or 2 years I will be focused just with young filmmakers to make small short films or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard time for Macedonian filmmakers where we have no system, even no regular budget every year for filmmaking, and now we establish a part of our system. We increased our film budget for this year is more than double comparing to past 3 years. We started increasing our film production. Statistically, we made for past 4 years, we made equal number of films like before film fund for 17 years.
Well, congratulations and thank you and wishing you success.